Commandos and Commandettes, how you doing? I am your wicked Uncle Squinty, and I got a couple of corrections I need to make, and there were some omissions in my big, exciting, happy snuff news video. And the correction's kind of painful, and I should have checked it out before I reported on it. Yeah, Wilson's of Sharrow is carrying numerous English manufacturer snuffs, but no, they don't ship to North America. They don't ship outside of the United Kingdom. So even the Commonwealth folks like Canada and Australia, no way, Jose, you're not getting your snuff from Wilson's. I did forget to mention McChrystal's USA, which will ship their products, at least as far as I know. They're still shipping to the United States. That's McChrystalsUSA.com. TokeSnuff.com, as I said, still shipping, but I did forget Rosinski. Rene Rosinski is one of the last remaining artisans. You know, Daniel Richard passed away, Abraxas and Sir Walter Scott's closed down because of concern over compliance with EU regs, among other things. OSP kind of lying low for his own reasons that I'll let him explain to you. So kind of tough to get your snuff, and some bad news, but Toke is still shipping. And let's not forget, we are complaining a lot about the lack of inventory on Mr. Snuff, but the fact of the matter is they are restocking what they can fresh, a little at a time. As I said, I think they're going to be moving their actual warehouse and base of operation to a place that's a little more friendly to the snuff business. We're hoping that that happens very soon. It should happen by Thanksgiving, right? More or less, by Black Friday. So let's hope for it. That would be very good news. But yes, they are still shipping, and they're still really good service, and it's still fast to get snuff from them. And there's no reason you can't. Also, the lack of snuff from foreign shores makes it maybe even a little more interesting to try some domestic snuffs, such as the U.S. Smokeless or Swisher or Garrett. Snuffs like that, because those are still available here and they are still available to you. All right, so there's my correction and addition and omission. Now, yes, it was a nocturnal omission. Now I have to tell you about a guy, and I don't believe this. I don't believe the guy's a snuff taker. I am so pumped up to know this guy and know that, and we've been talking on Skype. It's Ben Stein, right? How fabulous is that? Ben Stein is a snuff taker. But when I asked him to go, to repeat, Bueller, Bueller, he wouldn't do it. And there's a very good reason, because it's not the same Ben Stein. This Ben Stein has no money. But he's a good friend now. Snuff taker, lives up in Canada, and a swell fellow all around. Thank you, Ben, for helping me get money to my suffering friend in Costa Rica. And that's why I am making this video. It's time. It's time for me to get rid of a shit ton of snuff. I typically buy a tin. I might go through it if I really, really love it. If I kind of like it, or if it gets anything less than a 5, it may end up on a shelf. Sometimes the 5s end up on shelves just because I want to keep them. But the fact of the matter is I now have much more snuff than I will be able to use during what time I have left on this planet. And so I am giving it away to all of you who want it. Yes, there is a catch. You'll see all the rules and a full explanation down in the description, but here's the deal. For a number of years, my wife and I have tried to help families of single moms in Central America who don't have any kind of welfare system, public health care system's crap. A lot of times they don't have little things like transportation to go the 2 miles to their school. The school is free, but each kid has to buy his own books and a uniform. And a lot of places, and I'm talking about Nicaragua, which is really in trouble right now, and Costa Rica, which is having trouble in part because of the influx of Nicaraguan refugees. Our news isn't talking about it. But anyway, so Betsy and I helped a lady in Nicaragua completely rebuild a house from the ground up. What was there when she started, when she got the land, was an overflowing outhouse hole, a crumbling outhouse, and like the shell of a home. And my wife and I put a lot of our own money into helping her have a home for herself and her daughter, now 7 years old, and her son, now 10. And we did that. And then we got the news that another good friend of ours, a lady named Tracy who lives in Costa Rica, last September was diagnosed with advanced cervical cancer, which had already spread into other areas of her abdomen. Thank God she's in remission, and I know it's not a scam because I went to 2 oncology appointments with her, and I myself spoke with her oncologist. So, yeah, the cancer thing is real, and I saw how she looked after the chemo, after losing all her hair, and all that. Well, thank God she's in remission, but my wife and I started by trying to help her establish a business. It's a fast food business, essentially, out of her kitchen in the little residential area where they live. And so we bought him a fridge, and we bought him a deep fryer and a new counter and sink, and pretty soon it's the exhaust fan, and we're running out of money. I can't do it anymore. So here's the catch. You want more snuff. Everybody who sends me a request is going to get snuff if they send me $5 for shipping and handling. But for people who can donate, and it's cash, cashier's check, personal check, maybe money order, however you can get it to me. Sorry, nothing online, no PayPal or anything like that, no credit cards. I'm not a charity, I'm not official. But anything over and above that, we'll say $5 for shipping that you can send me, will help me get money to Tracy so that she can have an urgently needed ultrasound of her abdomen and pelvic areas to detect, along with the blood test, whether or not the cancer is still in remission. After all the treatments that she's had, you know, they still keep an eye on it, even if she's in remission. But their National Health Service, she would have to wait until next year to get an ultrasound that she desperately needs within like the next month. So that's why I'm doing this. That's besides getting rid of snuff I'll never be able to use. As you'll see in the rules, I'm also giving away some pipe tobacco. I got an awful lot of pipes, including some very pretty estate pipes. Again, most of the pipes will be used, some of them will not. They'll be Missouri Meerschaum Factory Seconds or very clean estates like this Mr. Brogg. You know, so if you want a pipe or you want some bulk pipe tobacco, you want cigars, depending on your donation, I'm happy to send you the world if I can. I am really trying to do this. Please tell your tobacco using friends, even if they're not snuff takers, maybe they'll be interested in helping me out. Now what you need to do is because my wife Betsy's blind, I'm blind, we're going to have a really hard time picking and choosing tobaccos or snuffs. That's not going to happen. You get what you get. The only guarantee I make you is the more you send for a donation, certainly the more generous I'll be able to be in what I send you. The second thing is that some of the tins, frankly, are opened, and much of the pipe tobacco I send out will be bulk tobacco. I have some Swedish snus. It is certainly expired, but it's been in the freezer since I received it from Northerner about a year ago. If you want it, it's yours. And again, no, I can't guarantee varieties, but I just opened up a tin of this Catch XR Mint. That's where I put it. That's right here. Yeah. I just opened this yesterday, and this is from the stock I had on hand, and, you know, opened it and smelled it for mold, and there's no mold in there, and it's perfectly delicious and moist and fresh and got the nicotine. So you want some Swedish snus, you can have some of that too. I would love to be able to support all the people that I know in my life that desperately need financial help, but I'm one guy. I got a little inheritance, and that's all gone. The money that my wife and I have given to our friends to try to lift them up and keep their children healthy and alive has kind of bankrupted us. We are sitting on a very small amount of what's left because we have to retire, but now's the time. I'm not going to use GoFundMe. Those guys are crooks. I think well, they're not crooks because they do what they say they're going to do, but they charge. So for every buck that gets sent for a donation, they take 13 cents of it. 13%, and that's a lot of money to raise money. I can't do that either. Why should I put money in some guy's pocket so he can have a nice car when the ladies and their families that Betsy and I are trying to take care of can't eat a bowl of rice? Fuck them. Pardon my language, but fuck them. Fuck GoFundMe and anybody else that just preys on the need of other people. You're not giving me anything if you send me a donation. You're getting snuff. You're getting pipe tobacco. You're getting cigars. You're getting my eternal thanks. You want something novel. You want a glass sex toy. What else do I got to sell? Dozens and dozens and dozens of CDs. You want CDs? You want me to put a dozen CDs in a box for you? I'll do that for you. Old radios, old electronics, antiques, whatever. You tell me what you want, and I'll look for something for you in this hoarding house I've got going here, and it's yours. But please, if you can. The lady's name is Tracy Valverde. The lady in Nicaragua's name is Ingrid Hernandez. And I've been trying, Betsy and I have been trying to help both of them for about the last 8 years. If you can't help us, we're not going to be able to continue, but hey. And by the way, if you're a cheap shit or you don't have any money, there's two different things. Sometimes you just don't have the money. I understand that. I've been broke about half my life, so I get it. And you can't afford a donation, cool. That's fine. I appreciate you at least taking the time to listen to this. But please go ahead and send me $5 in a pre-printed shipping label, and I'll send you something. Because like I said, I got more snuff than I'll ever use in a lifetime. And we're talking some Molins. We're talking some OSP. We're talking some sealed cans of Swisher International. So there's some good stuff, some sealed Indian snuffs in there. So we've got some good snuffs, and even the open tins are mostly just great. They're just open. So anyway, that's all I got to say. Thank you. Read the instructions, read the rules down in the description box, send what you can. I love you guys for this. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I know Tracy and Ingrid will appreciate it too.